Sharing is caring. Share this content. Come on. All right. Come on. All right. Let's get it. As the room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit the like, share this content. Parsons and Lamb. No appearance. That's okay. OTAs. It's just OTAs. Let's get it. Yup. They really say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about an OTA group? Come on. Let's get it. All right.
Come on.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Nobody, baby. Come on, baby.
All I have.
Where my dogs at? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. 5, 4, 3, 2.
All I have.
Come on. Hey. Cool. Come on. Home, Parsons. Lonely. Come on home, baby. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on. Hey. Come on. I know somebody's standing to your feet. Come on, baby. All right, enough. Come on, baby. Where y'all at, man? Come on, where my dogs at? Come on, wait. I know y'all out here. I know y'all like this. Come on, baby. Riggs. It's Riggs, baby. Nobody can come close and get what you need. All right, Keith Sweat. Come on, Keith. Whoa. What's good, man? I hope all is well with you all, man. We gonna talk about this OTA stuff, man. Whoa. I'm begging, baby. Eagles kiss my grits. Oh yeah. I feel you over there. I see you, man. AJ, I see you in the chat, man. Salute to you. So over it. Appreciate you. JC Cowboy Network, man. Hey, appreciate him all together, man. Y'all let him know he ain't doing a good job at all. Yeah, that brother doing a great job over there, man. Keep up the great work, man, and continue to excel. The Dallas Cowboys, we got some alarming news with Luke Schoonmaker. He is hurt. He is not practicing. He got a hammy. Like, how in the world you pull your ham, man? What's going on with it, man? What's going on with you, man? What's going on with Luke, man? Luke, I am your father. What's going on with you, Luke Schoonmaker? So he would not be taking any reps at OTA. So he's holding out, right? He's holding out. So let that be the front page news on everybody's story, right? And of course, hurt already. Spin forward. I see you, Sighton. Let's go, baby. And we did get good news about Stephen Johns. What's his name? Stephen? God dog, let me pull up the notes, man. I'm trying to do it off the top of the dome, but what's this dude's name? The tight end guy, John Stevens, right? Or Stevens Johns. Yeah. I heard that he is on par to making a full recovery. According to Mike McCarthy in his presser, he's very pleased. Also with Trey Lance. Let me pull this up. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe. Here we go right here. He says, Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy said he has been very, very pleased with backup quarterback Trey Lance. His athleticism is top-notch. Mike McCarthy made a broad reference to the change in his throwing fundamentals, and you can see the improvements in his timing. Will play a large part this preseason. Riggs, man. Trey, Trigger Trey, baby. Put Trigger Trey 19 in the chat, baby. Trigger Trey 19 in the chat, baby. Let's go, Trigger Trey. Trigger Trey 19. Trigger Trey 19, baby. Y'all better watch out for Trigger Trey. And hey, he's athletic. He's athletic. And right now, I would say that he probably have the strongest arm on the team. That boy can throw. So we will see what he looks like in the actual game with Trigger Trey, and hope all is well with him. And then John Machota tweeted out, Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy on Trayvon Diggs' knee and Overshown's knee. It looks great. Really just staying on time with their process. Trayvon is hitting the 4-day-a-week. He's working primarily with Britt Brown, who is, God sent to the Cowboys, because Britt Brown, man, he can get you going. Let's say if I was a doctor, which I'm not, I'll say a little ahead of schedule. That's what he's saying in shorts right there, basically. And, of course, my guy, Rome, Cowboy Fan Talks, man, appreciate him. He tweeted out. I'm going through all of these tweets, man. But before you see anything else, Saiton says timing without going against real defense don't mean shh. Riggs. But this is improvement, though. This is improvement. They're not talking about Cooper, right? So it is an improvement. And if anybody is looking to put a little pressure on anything, let the pressure begin. Let the pressure begin with Trigger Trey, Cooper Rush behind Dak Prescott, putting a little pressure on Dak, right? That's why, technically, before I read any other tweets out here or X, so the craziest thing of it, they gonna always be tweets. Forget what Elon says, right? Because you can't say that somebody X'd an app, right? Like he re-X'd my app. You gotta say tweet. He retweeted me. You don't say he re-X'd me, right? Like what happens when somebody shares an X? Do you say it's axed? I don't know, man. Y'all help a brother out over here. HBO me. And my thing is, with all of this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the whole Dak Prescott and the whole Micah Parsons and the whole CeeDee Lamb, all of this could have been avoided if we just get in front of it, right? If he can get in front of it. And I'm talking about Jerry Jones. But this is going to be... Wait a minute. Team America said sharing X. Shares in X. I don't know how you do it, man. I just help me out, man. But appreciate your talk as well. So all of this could have been avoided if they just stay in front of it. But neither here nor there. Let me talk about my guy, Cowboys Fan Talk, Rome, what he said over here. And bear with me. I got to fix one other part of my house up over here. While I'm doing that, appreciate everybody, man. If y'all can do me a huge favor, man. I don't bag like Keith Sweat, but man, I try to hit the like, share this content. Sharing is caring. All right, so Cowboys had the number one offense in the NFL last year. Dak, while being in first first year of Mike McCarthy's system, only having CeeDee Lamb as the definitive I can't talk today or read today superstar weapon. He had veteran Brandon Cooks emerging, Jake Ferguson and Tony Pollard, who wasn't really in game changing shape or what have you. To paraphrase all of this lengthy, long, beautiful excerpt that my guy put together, I'm on the same page as my guy, Cowboy Fan Talk. I'm on the same page. I'm going to tell you guys definitively, I'm going to tell you guys without hesitations nor deviations to the matter that I truly believe that Dak Prescott will have a better season. If he can be healthy, he will have a better season than what he had last season, right? All right, so Cowboys Mike McCarthy said he spent a lot of off time with Micah Parsons when he visited the team facility on Friday. He is in excellent shape. Mike McCarthy confirmed teams knows how Parsons has been working where he's working, not behind at all, of course, on the install. So when you think of Micah Parsons, man, he's generational talented. And my only fight with all of this, ladies and gentlemen, is we got to understand, just because you are generationally talented, right, don't mean that you're going to win a Super Bowl every year. Don't mean that you're going to win multiple playoff games. I always like to use this as a reference. Shaq. People knew that Shaq was multi-talented, right? Oh, my goodness. Orlando Shaq was nice, right? Come on, man. He played for 50 million teams. But you still have to have other pieces around Shaq. And you got to know how to utilize and use Shaq. You can't put Shaq on the perimeter to shoot threes and say, hey, man, you multi-talented, dog. Make it happen, man. Come on, I need the results. No, that's not what he do. Right? So I'm telling people that you got to play to the strengths of said player. Great coaches know how to identify the strengths and really work on those things, right? Expound upon those things. Now, he couldn't hit water if he fell off a boat on the free throw line, right? So other teams that got great coaches know how to hack a Shaq, right? They know how to put big boy on the line, right? To make him play handicap. So what you think, I'm just using this as an analogy, what you think great teams or teams in the playoffs are going to do against Micah Parsons if you don't scheme, if you don't have a plan of action? Let me know what you think they're going to do. They're going to make Parsons play left-handed, right? They're going to force him into areas where he can't get out of. And that's why you have 4 playoff games and 1 sack. You know, the fellas that's watching right now got more sacks than Parsons. At least y'all got 2. Pause. You know, Seiton says Micah has the Dak syndrome, come up short in the playoff, a.k.a. no playoff stats or impact plays. I feel you, Seiton. But it goes back to coaching, though. You know, come on, right? Come on, Hollis says pause, right? But y'all get what I'm saying. Look, I know for sure, if I were to say, let me pull this up. Let me pull up, shout out to Ezekiel Elliott right there. He didn't pull up Dak Prescott. All right, in a nutshell, I know for sure 4,519 yards, that ain't nothing to sneeze at. I know that 36 touchdowns, that's really nothing to sneeze at. On top of that, you know, let me see if I can go here. On top of that, if you know what you know, and don't you know no good, you have only 9 INTs, which was the the focal point last season was the 9 INTs, right? Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin was talking about the year before that, hey, this dude is going to lead the league in turnovers, right? So you got a guy that's cautious with the ball. Granted, the playoff time, he gave the ball away. And if you want to say, yeah, it was the receiver fault, it was the ball fault, it was the weather fault, even though they played inside the stadium, it was the color of the jersey fault. I get all of that. Overall, it will always be Dak Prescott's fault, right? At the end of the day, that's just how things rock and roll, right? Everything is Dak Prescott's fault. But what I can tell you is just like Hack or Shaq, right? I know that I got a dominant guy. I know that I got a guy that can win you games. But he can't win you games at the free throw line. Why would you continue to put said player at the free throw line? What I'm saying is with Dak Prescott, you got to figure out a way to put run game around him. If not, he's no good. If you can't have play action, he's no good. If you can't have the balanced approach, he's no good. Now, he can win you regular season games. But what is harder, ladies and gentlemen? Is it harder to produce these type of numbers that I got on the screen or to find run game? And truth be said, everybody, ladies and gentlemen that's watching, it is by far hard to find a quarterback. It's hard to find a quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard. But people think that it's easy because it's been 8 years with the quarterback that we had on this team. And if you're not looking at the overall stuff, then you'll be falling flat on your face by circling what the 4-letter, 3-letter networks want you to do. They want you to say, okay, let's get rid of this dude, man. And they want you to go back to the Quincy Carters. They want you to go back to the Drew Bledsoe era. They want you to go back to the Tony Banks. These people are not your friends, man. Now, granted, Trigger Trey is here, baby. Trigger Trey is here, baby. But newsflash, without run game and without the inability to stop the run, Trigger Trey will have the same type of issues here. Yeah, he'll have the same type of issues here. All right, so let's move up a little bit further in this conversational pool that we have. Mike McCarthy said that there will be a conversation about Trayvon Diggs and Overshawn and John Stephen. That was his name. I forgot his name earlier. John Stephen Jones. John Stephen Jr. Okay, he's a junior, senior somewhere else out there. Working in practice at the start of camp from a torn ACL. Teams want to follow the proper timeline from the injuries, but all are doing well. So that is Trayvon Diggs, that's Overshawn, and then, of course, that's John Stevens. Out of that group of guys, we are very much so focused in on Trayvon Diggs, not to dismiss the other fellas, right? But what we ultimately want, ladies and gentlemen, is for Trayvon Diggs to slowly integrate himself back into the fold. Slowly bring himself back into the fold. All right, so with that being said, let's talk and listen in to what Jane Slater had to say about no CDs and no Micah Parsons at this particular camp.
Micah Parsons and I texted.
Let me know if y'all can hear audio.
Well, as you know, these are still voluntary OTAs, so it's not like anyone should panic yet. But I did at least reach out to Micah Parsons, and I texted him. I said, yo, are you going to be showing up here anytime soon? He tells me that he will be back next week. Tuesday is what they do, those national media and in-house media responsibilities. You know, you see the flashing graphics before NBC games and ESPN, so he has to be there for that. He also says that he will be reporting to minicamp. Now, he didn't give me any reason as to why he wasn't there. Keep in mind, he has been on a tour overseas to South Asia with CJ Stroud this offseason. Battling sumo wrestlers. That was fun to watch. But he's also not pressed to get this deal done. Keep in mind the Cowboys picked up his fifth-year option that'll pay him somewhere around the $21 million mark in 2025. That's more than his first 4 years on his rookie deal. So they've got him at least through 2025. The CeeDee Lamb thing is a little more interesting. Again, he is also under contract but he is at a point now in his career that he can go and
before she goes into the CeeDee Lamb conversation. I get the Dak Prescott. I understand that part of it. But you still got to take care of the other two kids, right? CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons. Got to take care of them. And holding out on OTAs won't do a doggone thing. Your message will not be sent. Your message will not get heard from the Jones family. These boys are stuck in their ways, man. How many times, man, we've been banging on the table talking about, hey, put Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor for at least 20 to 25 years, right? Or at least 20 years at most, at least, right? 20 years. These boys are stuck in their ways. They don't want to hand nobody a zero, you know. They don't give nobody the New Jersey zero because they don't want that, right? Look, we told Jerry, hey, put the curtains up, man. The sunlight on all of the games, that the sunlight that you said that would be beneficial to us, been beneficial to the other team. There haven't been not one game that the sunlight helped us, right? Shining through the stadium. And we've been banging on the table. Put some curtains up. Call Willie Earl Tintin Company, man. Let's put some tent up around that stadium. And they don't listen to us, man. So you holding out for OTAs will not work. There's a guy by the name of Nick Bosa. There's a guy by the name of Aaron Donald. Both of those boys held out to get their bags. That's just how it's gonna go. Zach Martin, he had to hold all the way out. So missing OTAs is not gonna do anything. So they just gotta be prepared to get the scrutiny, to get the heat. And minicamp is around the corner. And we will see how the news and the media handle that if they don't show up. Now, Parsons, from what she said he will be there. But keep in mind, OTAs are just OTAs, organized team activity. That's just all it is for those who don't know. Yeah, Jerry will do the Mexican standoff with you. Yes, indeed. You know, he puts salt on his McGriddle. Yeah, he may outlive us all, ladies and gentlemen, you know. Yeah, I seen Jay Lombardi. I see you in the chat. He said, he posted under my comment, he said, one owner away. One owner away. Shoot. Jerry got that reptilian blood. Jerry will still be here with that blue jacket and that white striped dress shirt and some some pants twice the size it need to be, right? Somebody need to tailor his suits, right? And he'll just be sitting there waiting. Ed Oxnard. Yeah, so it ain't gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. But now, if it do happen, they will make some news out of it, and why not wait until Oxnard, right? Give the people something to talk about when they're in that nice 72 degrees year-round weather, right? With the wind blowing on you and you get cold at night, you need jackets, man. Yeah, Oxnard got some weird weathers over there. But let's listen to the rest of what Slater had to say.
Bobby, for that extension. Well, why hasn't that happened? I mean, I think the Cowboys, you know, he set the franchise record for yards last season. He led the league in catches. Jerry Jones and I had a spirited debate about this a couple of weeks ago about the Cowboys are waiting for some of the leaves to fall. But honestly, so is CeeDee Lamb and his agent, Tory Dandy. Tory Dandy has not put a number as to what they're looking for, but Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are both up for deals. So the Cowboys, even though it doesn't always make sense to a lot of us on the outside, why allow someone else to set the market for you? It does ultimately come down to two people have to come to the table and get a deal done. Now, Tom, you know this. Judy, you know this. The Cowboys will do this. We'll hear that they don't talk, and I have been told that they have not had any conversation with CeeDee Lamb in a while. They won't talk. We'll get to training camp, and then all of a sudden, deals find their way getting done. I think CeeDee Lamb probably gets done here before camp. I think they're going to have to figure out something with Dak Prescott, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Micah Parsons thing doesn't come to fruition this year.
Who loves that?
Nobody, baby.
Nobody loves that. My guy Jay Lombardi says, he says, I watched the 1990s Yankees documentary. I seen that they had a sign saying that one owner away from a championship. I felt that 100. Jeez. Oh my goodness, man. Hey, Jay Lombardi, do me a huge favor, man. See if you can screenshot that and send it to my DMs, man, whether it's on Twitter or IG or the X app or what have you. And let me get that. Let me get that that sign. We got beans and bologna, man. My thing is, for Parsons, what you think the bag gonna do? You think it gonna go down, Jerry? Huh? Stephen Jones, you think the bag gonna go away? The bag is gone, you know. It's like the thrill is gone. You think that's going to happen? And the longer you wait for CeeDee Lamb, do you really want Chase to get that bag and it drives up the price? Jay Jetta, you really want him to drive up that price? It's going to be expensive regardless. This is the whole mantra that you talk about. We like our guys. We'll prove it. Action speaks louder than words, right? Yeah. Actions speak louder than words. So Jerry and Son, get it done. That's even rhymes. You know, Jerry and Son, get it done. They ought to put that on T-shirts and hats and sell it, you know. Just cut me in 5 to 10%, you know. Jerry and Son, get it done. Let's focus in on this team, on how we can beat the NFC East, win some playoff games, get to the Super Bowl, and lift up that Lombardi trophy. But this is the part of the test that you got to complete. And the Cowboys been failing at this part of it. Because, like I said 3-4 weeks ago, everybody loved to get paid on Friday, right? You got direct deposit. Some of y'all get paid on Thursday, right? Everybody loved to get paid. But if all of a sudden you open up that check and it says, oh, we're going to pay you next year, and you're looking around like, and then somebody else get paid, it's a whole different vibe of feeling. Everybody getting paid but you. And they say, man, I got an IOU for you. But let them people get paid on Thursday. They walking in the office Friday, gap-legged, chest out, everything, speaking to everybody, holding the door, come on in. Oh, I made the coffee. I brought the donuts. Yeah. Then you always have somebody say, hey, are they gluten-free? Yeah, man, I got the donuts and everything, man. I got all of them. But let them not get paid, man, on Thursday or that Friday. And they got to bring the donuts. Are they gluten-free? F gluten. You know, it's me. F them donuts. Can't stand front office. I can't stand the bosses, man. I'm putting in all of this hard work, all of this overtime, and you asking me about gluten-free? Are these vegans? Get out of here. You want sugar-free donuts now? Everybody got attitudes when you don't get paid. Let me know if I'm lying. Yeah. But they smiling, grinning ear to ear, man, you know, when you get paid. Oh, yeah, I got the vegan donuts over here, the whole spread. You know, I got the pig in the blanket, you know, over there, you know. Come on, you know. Hey, you guys get 59 minutes. You get off early on a Friday when you get paid. I ain't just right. Natasha know what I'm talking about. She putting the donuts in the chat. I got the sprinkles. I got the chocolate. Hey. Somebody said, man, I can't wait till Friday, man, for them donuts to come out. Hey, you gonna bring some apple fritters? Yeah, I got you, dog. I got you. Let's go, man. yeah, but don't ask them about the apple fritters when you didn't get paid. And here's what Robert Griffin III had to say.
Dak Prescott and the Cowboys are sitting there in the middle of a contract stalwart. Every single day that goes by, the Cowboys are just making the number for Dak Prescott go up. Dallas, what better option do you have out there than Dak Prescott?
Trick or trade.
MVP level last year. I know you want him to be successful in the playoffs. I know you want him to win when it matters. Everybody that's a Cowboys fan wants the Cowboys to win when it matters. But if you don't show your quarterback that you love him, then you're not going to get the best out of your team because he's their leader. If you don't back up their leader, who's there for them to follow?
Man, everybody got these good podcasts now, man. And he's right, man. You know, everybody got these podcasts, and he's right with that. And the Cowboys, if you got to show trust in your leader, right? And that's just how I don't make the rules. That's just how it goes. Now, granted, the 105.3, the fan, they talked about this too.
The coaching staff, he was there. He is not there this week. And so he's decided that he will continue his own individual training for another week. And he tells Michael Gelkin from the Dallas Morning News, yeah, I'll be up there next week. Don't worry. I'll take care of things. I'll be there next week. He says, I
he's
know
right down the street training.
He is, but there's a difference between being right down the street training and being in the building. Especially to me, here's the thing. If your message was at the end of the season, I'm the leader, we don't have enough guys who are locked in, we're not doing this and that, why are you not there setting the example for this group the first time the team gets together?
That's why Dak Prescott is there. The table would absolutely shake if Dak, Lamb, and Parsons just didn't even show up. Somebody, it would have put so much stress and clickbaits and all of this stuff. The empire's falling, you know, all of this stuff, right? You know, even the Dak haters be like, yes, it's happening, y'all. Hey, we getting rid of Dak. Come on, Trey. Come on, Cooper Rush. Come on, Mike Hohensee. You know, so, but Dak showed up. He showed up. So what's going to happen is the next going to fall in line will be Parsons. He going to show up when mini camps is here. And Lamb was going to be like, well, damn, I'm going to go ahead and come on down too. You know, that's just how that goes. The Cowboys, to me, did a great job of finding people with this mindset complex, right? Whereas they go along, and I'm not beating them up. I ain't turning to Kwame Brown over here. You know, the go along, get along guys, right? They're not going to have a guy that can really roughen the feathers and say, hey, man, F all of that, man. I'm training and prosper at my crib. I ain't going to OTAs. I ain't going to Malibu. Excuse me. I'm not going to Oxnard until I get that check. Until I get that check. Or until I get that money. You know, they're not going to do that. They're going to come out to those type of things. Even Zeke showed up. It's lost in translation. Yeah, Zeke showed up on time. Yeah, the extensions will get done for Dak and CD before the start. 100% is for my guy Kamish Gaming. Yeah, you guys check out his YouTube page. He don't do a good job at all. He does a great job as well. And salute to him. Beard Gang too, to my guy. Yeah, but they did a great job of finding those guys with those type of mindsets, right? And it is better for the team for Dak Prescott to show up juxtaposed to him not being there. Collectively, if we just talking about team. But far as demanding the money early and getting things done before the draft or before the free agency, if those three right there looked each other in their eyes and said, we're not showing up for anything until you pay us, it would have been done by now. But by them being the type of complex of mindsets that they are, they showed up to a few things, right? And Jerry Jones was able to escape some of those questionings that people could push back on them, So that's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, by the way, but I'm giving you guys equal objective thoughts or objective analysis of that particular situation.
To me is important. And I know sometimes there are a lot of people who get annoyed with Micah. I know there are other people who adore Micah and think we're picking on him or taking shots. This is just flat out, if this was Micah, if it was Dak, if it was anybody, if your message at the end of the season was about leadership and it being your team and all these things you need to fix, then when the team first gets together, you need to be there. And you need to show them what the standard is and what they need to expect. And he's not there. So I think that's disappointing. He says he'll be there next week. He told Michael Gelkin, I know I'm putting in the work. It more bothers me that people would think that I'm not doing everything I imagine possible to be the best player I can be to help win a championship.
Yeah, and I totally agree with Micah on that. I know that would maybe surprise some people after a report a few months ago or weeks, whatever it was. I have zero question that Micah Parsons is doing everything in his power to become better and add in the offseason. I do agree with you.
Yeah.
If he's trying to take on that responsibility, if he's trying to wear that crown of leader of the defense, Dak Prescott on the other side, you should be there on day one. Like what? You can't do jiu-jitsu kicks, inside the Ford Center at the Star. You need your few more days of martial arts training. Makes me wonder if there's a little bit of CeeDee Lamb type motivation for staying away a little bit. That would make more sense to me.
That
No doubt. And I'm going to give y'all a little tip, man. There's 48 laws of power, 48 of them. And one of the most important laws of power is number 16. When you Google and look up number 16, if you got the book, and if those three operate within the confines of 48 laws of power, Jerry would have been like this. Let me go ahead and yeah. And let me see. I'm gonna share this law with y'all, just so that you guys can commit it to memory, right? And use it every now and then. I'm just giving y'all a little secret here and there. That's just how it goes. And trust and believe that will increase a lot of respect and honor for those boys. And yeah, never outshine your master. There's one of the other ones. But at this time, hey, there's no foreseeable contract too at this point. And then at this time, you got to start operating with all of the laws, not just some of them. But neither here nor there. Let's listen to the rest of these boys.
That would make sense, but he said it's, the playoff loss hurts. I'm still upset. He goes, I'm not worried about no money, no nothing. That failure sits deep more than anything else. So he claims that not about contract at all. He's worried more about just taking care of himself and that he'll be here next week. It's just, to me, you should be there now because, like you say, those jiu-jitsu kicks or whatever else you're doing, the individual training, Dak Prescott does the individual training too. CeeDee Lamb, when he's not got a contract issue, does the individual training too.
Everyone does.
They do it on top of, they show up to OTAs and then they still do that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do it too. I think it sends the wrong message of drawing this line or putting this out there of just, I do things my way. I don't do things here within the building with the team and with the guys.
Especially with Zimmer.
Yeah.
Brand new scheme, brand new.
At the end of the day, what's good for the goose is also good for the gander. Old folks say that all the time. And every tub must sit on its own bottom. I get all of that. But last year around this time, how many people had talking points about Zach Martin not being there, right? And we introducing a whole new philosophy, principle, and concept with offensive line. Mike Solari's system is entirely different from Joe Philbin. But nobody
baby.
was talking about it.
And who can do it like me?
What happened to that leadership, Zach?
Who can give me what you need? Who can do you all night long?
Nobody, baby. Nobody was talking about Zach and his leadership not being there. And yes, he's class personified. He got all of those doggone all pros. Hey, you can count all those all pros, and he got more of those than Holden, right? And also Pro Bowls and all of those things. But here is the situation. By it being those that don't have the same amount of accolades and respect and trust, they talking about it, right? And granted, I get where they're coming from. But, man, Zach Martin didn't have his best few games, man, starting off because he was trying to pick up Mike's Solari situation and system and scheme. But it is what it is. Nobody can't skip OTAs. This Johnny Jackson, shout out to you, Natasha. Nobody, baby. Come on.
Yeah, and a guy who, you would think you'd want to get in there and start working on his budget, because this is right now what it's all about. This is about install, and this is about picking up what you're doing schematically and getting those sorts of things in order. This isn't competition period. This isn't Oxnard where you're competing for a depth chart spot. This is the stuff that he should be present for.
What did Zimmer have to say while I was out?
Zimmer had a lot that was really interesting. In fact, Chris, I may have you pull this cut and we'll play it during Below the Belt just because I want Sean to react to it as well. There was
How did Ryan get Mike Zimmer up so quick?
He knows what we do, man.
I was very depressed walking in when I was asking Ryan about his future. So what's next after graduation? And he's like, I'm applying, trying to. And I was like, well, what about 1080 downstairs? What about this radio gig? And what about how can we make you grow here?
Yeah, hopefully not for a while. Let's I don't know. Let's
I wonder how much of my bonus check I would have to give him to try to keep him around a little.
And standing in the A gap, showing blitz. Who's the center going to go to? The center's going to reach for Micah. And so you're not going to necessarily get the matchup that you want if you're sending him every time. So he talked about disguising things, having Micah do some stuff where he's dropping in coverage occasionally, just basically trying to change things up so that they're able to take advantage of Micah's skill set as often as possible. But it was interesting. He had mentioned, I don't think it was a shot at Dan Quinn, but it was just a straight assessment of what he had seen from the Cowboys on tape, which he said, when you watch the games that the Cowboys played poorly on defense last year, he said, I think a lot of times it was games where the opponent had a plan to take Micah out of the game, to neutralize him, and there wasn't a response to that.
No doubt. That's like the whole analogy that I said earlier, that the Hack-a-Shack theory. And pardon me, I haven't heard the fullness of this interview. I'm going to share this interview so you guys can give them credit or what have you, and watch the fullness of that interview.
Get your up there, contain the damn ball!
What they're talking about is usage of Parsons, right? I'm telling y'all, man, I'm not beating up Quinn. And I get it. Quinn might have been upset that they didn't go get Bobby Wagner, right? Right. And I'm not giving the front office passes for that. But you made it to the playoffs. Play with the toys you got. Can't cry over spilled milk. As they say, love the one you with, ride the horse you rode in on, right? Put OF in the chat if y'all know them old folks be right. But you got to figure out how to utilize what you got, man. You got to learn how to use what you got. Can you close your eyes, y'all? Imagine you having a guy that can run a 4.3 40, 6'3", 245 pounds, and you can't get him to make a play. So my psychiatrist said, Law, you just gotta, sir, you can't get him to make a play. He getting washed out. Right, man. Come on, man. Them old folks be right, man. Rode the horse you rolled the end on. And also, every tub must sit on his own bottom. But you got to figure out a way. You have to look into the hearts of hearts and say, yeah, I got Marquise Bell on this team. I'm going back to that playoff game. Yeah, it cuts. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. It cut both ways. But I'd used a early draft pick to draft this dude to play linebacker. I used an early draft pick to draft Sam Williams to play edge rusher because the second-round draft pick, in my opinion, is an early draft pick. I use whatever capital that they use to get a Fowler, and you paid Dorrance Armstrong. Those are all edges. It make no sense to have them out and put Parsons in, right, and have Parsons still to get flushed and washed out, and you got a guy that you picked up as an undrafted free agent, right, to be a safety, not a linebacker. You got to learn how to use the toys that you got, man. That's one-on-one. Use what you got. Use what you already got. Make do with what you got. And the Cowboys didn't do that. They had my guy Parsons getting thrown out of the club on skates and everything, you know. They ran right at Marquise Bell. Marquise Bell was like, hey, man, I do it one time. Now, you want me to go again? You had my guy, Damone Clark. He's sitting there like thinking like,
gosh, something wrong here.
I'll give you one rep, man. But you want me to go again? You want me to... Like, man, this is my first time playing this spot, man. I used to be on the side, man, on the edges over here. You got Wanye. Yeah, he's a good guy. He can cover every blade of grass. He's on the bench, and he's out here on Twitter to this day talking about, yeah, man, you just gave up. Dog, you was on the bench. You didn't play. But they had J-Ron Curse out here, man. That joker was so stiff, he looked like an ironing board, you know, with hips. You know, every time have you ever had that old ironing board? They go, when you open it up, that's how that brother was so stiff. He was sitting there like just like moving like this. I said, who he covering? Who he's out there covering, man? Put him on the bench. J-Ron Curse, man. I know somebody out there, man, could have burned J-Ron Curse. Get him out the way, man. The whole system was flawed, man. Wrong button, but hey, we needed to have some dogs. But here it is right here. Shout out to you, Max. Use what you got, man. Use what you got. Shoot.
And again, I don't think he was being critical. He was very gentle in the way he tried to say it. But I think he was just trying to say, we've got to be better about having something ready for him when teams just neutralize him. We can't just say, well, he's taken out for the day. We'll get contributions from other people.
Yeah.
We've got to figure out a way to get him free.
He also said he wanted to work down on the field, not up in the booth, so he can correct the mistakes right there with the player.
Yeah, and he would not.
Get your up there, contain the damn ball!
Yeah, I love it, man. So when you got somebody with some iron board hips, even if they do bring back J-Rock, and I like J-Rock, man, he's my guy. I know he followed the channel and everything, but hey, if he's out there like a stiff ironing board, somebody right now got an ironing board. Whenever they open up that ironing board, they're going to think of me and they're going to think of J-Ron Curse. But hey, J-Ron Curse know what's going on because this dude also coached J-Ron Curse when he was with the Vikings and them, you know. So this is what he gonna hear.
Get your up there, contain the damn ball! This is why we do it! Hey, too many missed tackles, let's go! We're too damn soft. I just hate mistakes. I hate mistakes.
Let's go.
He weighed in on the Mozzie Smith weight issue. Weigh in. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Said that Mozzie right now, he said, Mozzie tells me he's at 305. So he was at 325 when he got drafted last year, fell below 300 pounds during the season, which is not what you want from a guy who's supposed to be a run stuffer. But said he's up to 305, and Zimmer said, yeah, I've got a weight in mind for him, but I'm not going to tell you guys.
That's why he got rid of all those sweatshirts in that storage locker He didn't need him
Exactly,
anymore.
yeah.
He was too thin.
SodaWeightLoss.com. That's exactly what they did. So, but it's,
Mozzie Smith is not officially affiliated with Soda Weight Loss or SodaWeightLoss.com.
But Soda Weight Loss is affiliated with the Dallas Cowboys.
Bam.
Boom. So here's the thing, though, is that it's interesting when you hear Zimmer clearly thinks they did things. Things weren't always done the right way last year. And obviously everybody has their own thoughts and their own perspectives, but he is going to be a lot more about disguising what they do in coverage. It was interesting. He did say, hey, I know you guys have gotten used to a lot of turnovers. You may not see the 12 interception season from Diggs anymore. Where he's like, I'm more focused on preventing touchdowns and creating negative plays, not necessarily taking the ball away and turning the field around.
And let me pause right here. I think Diggs, and may I speak freely, y'all, I think Diggs and Bland, regardless of the scheme, them ball hawkers, man. Them ball hawkers. Regardless of the scheme, and I'm not debating Mike Zim, but what I'm betting on is Al Harris. Y'all fail to realize Al Harris was here in 2020. We were 7th in the league in takeaways with a historically bad defense. I think that if my memory serves me correct, Trey still got about 3 or 4 INTs that year. He had a broken foot. I think that, those boys, I think we still going to have takeaways. I think that this is by far the best team that Mike Zim ever inherited outside of being on the 95 Cowboys team. Right? In 96. But this is by far the most talented defensive team that he have. When they decide to do whatever they do with Parsons, right? And I get it. Danielle Hunter and all of those boys over there, Danielle Hunter had a great season last year, and that was with the absence of Mike Zim, of course, but those were his guys, what have you. Anthony Barr, Kendricks. If you really look at this particular team, and I'm not saying this so that people can say, well, no excuses, Law, no excuses. No. But by far, this is the most talented team that he's going to basically have. His only problem would be what I just showed you right here, is the inability to have the big boy down inside. It's the area of the unknown, right? I'm not expecting under Zim's system and scheme for Mozzie to get 3 or 4 sacks. I'm not saying that he's going to turn the corner. I'm not putting my mortgage on Denzel, not Washington, but Daxon to be that enforcer, or Rodgers or Carl Davis in them, right? So whoever's going to be that big boy down inside, he's not on his team right now. He's somewhere on someone else's team, and we're going to make a transition, or they're going to cut somebody and we're going to pick them up, and it's going to be, remember we talked about running back by committee, wide receiver by committee. It's going to have to be, for this particular year, interior defensive tackle by committee, right? That's just me being 1,000 with you all, right? Now, y'all can believe and y'all can say, well, Law just pouring out Kool-Aid on Mozzie, right? And on his team in interior. No, I'm not saying that. But if we really understand, we only got one little issue on that front 4. And that's size, girth, experience, wisdom, understanding, right? I don't think that you guys are worried about DeMarcus Lawrence. I don't think that you guys are worried about Osa. And to a degree, I don't think that you guys are worried about Sam Williams in this particular system and scheme. Or Tyrus Wheat and Marshawn Nealons, right? I don't think y'all worried about that. Y'all worried about that one big boy And that can be fixed just like that. Just like that.
And so, I mean, there was a lot of interesting stuff in there that he had to say where, you know, he talked to
one person,
Mosley at the Mosley and Werder at the Doomsday podcast. And then he spoke with Dallas media, obviously out at the assistant coach availability day. But it's easy to look at Zimmer, I think, and say, well, he's 67 years old. The game has passed him by. It's like, that's you're just pigeonholing him because of what he is in terms of his age. That's somebody who's consistently been on the forefront of trying to pressure the way that offenses are changing.
One more note from Micah Parsons as he did not show up to day one as he's training down the street. He said, Mike McCarthy and I talked multiple times this offseason about how we can create more self-discipline. How can we eliminate the penalties? How can we create a better environment to be better? It starts with me. That's why I've been putting so much into that. You've got to learn how to lead. You have to learn almost everything in life. I realized I need to increase my spirit so when others are down, my spirit rises. And you would think to follow up on all of that and deliver that you would be there for day one. Now, is it the end of the world? Can Micah Parsons still be the...
Before he goes into that, like I said, this is just OTAs. It's just OTAs, and that's a real good observation from the fellow right there. I forgot his name. Y'all put his name in the chat. It's RJ, right? Or there's Sean. I know Bobby, but let me know which one this one is right here. Great point. Great recall of what Parsons said. But at the end of the day, this is just OTAs. Organized team activities. And let me give y'all a little scoop that the 4-ladder, the 3-ladder network don't know. Because I got Tony Mack number right in my phone. Tony trained Parsons the first day of OTAs because he had to literally fly out to get his boys ready for boxing. Tony Mack runs a professional boxing club. We had JJ on the show just the other day, who's undefeated right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling JJ, hey, slowly, you get up there with Tank and all of those boys. But what I'm saying is basically, when you don't have the full context to the matter, it's going to always be obscured that Parsons is selfish. Parsons refused to work out X, Y, and Z. See, that trainer, he's not just a trainer. He's an owner of a fitness club, Tony Mack Elite. Check him out. And he does great things for the community and beyond. And one thing that I'm going to tell you guys as an entrepreneur, business owner, is time is valuable. That's the one currency that's worth more than money, worth more than gold, rubies, and all of that stuff. It's time. So yeah, he worked Parsons out that day to work on a few fundamental things. But don't beat him up. It's OTAs. Because down the stretch, he got to get his guys ready and prepared for the boxing arena to do other things too. But I'm going to tell you, by Parsons saying that, hey, he want to be that person, to be boisterous, to be that leader, there's going to be things that Uncle Charles said that he's going to have to do too. And that is going to be sacrifice. You have to make some sacrifices. Hey, he's going to have to make some sacrifices. He's going to have to make some withdrawals from some certain things that he may want to do, may want to attend, may want to do a jersey swap and say, hey, man, right now perceptions is reality, and not everybody's going to get it. But hit me up, man, in the locker room, and I'll switch him out. Get my number, man. I'll swap out the jerseys that way. Can't do it right now. Right? And that comes with time, man. Wisdom and understanding.
the leader of the Cowboys defense and the second biggest leader on the team? Of course he can. Just because you missed day one doesn't mean you cannot be the leader. It just would have made some common sense to show up for the first day when you're talking like that and creating more self-discipline, setting the tone early on.
Yeah,
that's why Dak Prescott showed up. Dak know how he got his job. He know how opportunities you got to take advantages of the situation when they come. Right? Dak showed up, man. He said, shoot, I knew what happened when I got the situation. It had to be nothing but God, right? Nothing but God, you know. Did y'all pay attention to where he was at on the depth chart? And I'm not saying that you got to wish and hope for injuries and things like that to happen and occur, but that's just how life be lifing, y'all. Shout out to you, Adam Garcia. Appreciate you so much for the $50 Cash App, man. Appreciate you so much for your support and your love and adulation for the nation. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the Cash App. Appreciate you, Adam. That's just how it goes, man. Tony Romo had to go down. Castle, I don't know if we had Mike Castle or Sanchez. Boy Wonder had to go down. Jamil Showers had to go hit the showers. Then Dak Prescott came around. He was an afterthought. So I hope you guys understand that, man. You know, so he's looking at this like, hey, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Even though he wish he could hold out right now. Him, Parsons, and Diggs. But hey, he know how he got this job. But if he look back at that, what I said with the 48 laws of power, 16, oh yeah. Oh, Mike White too, he was there? Chris? God dog, Mike White had to wet the bed. Yo, I didn't know that. I forgot about Mike White.
I have a problem with the insinuate
you care. He would use an F word in that, and it would rhyme with Maud.
Oh yeah, like Harold and Maude.
Yeah.
No.
I couldn't.
You don't want to put that exact word out there.
No, it was fraud. No, fraud. It's just really strong word. He was not. I don't think he'd say Mike is a fraud. He would say it's fraudulent. Like people with religion, they got to tell you how much, and that he would call out Josh Hamilton. He'd call out C.J. Wilson with some of those things in the past, and had a decent hit rate. And he's like, if I got to keep telling you how much of a leader I am, and I'm this and I'm that, Choppy would roll his eyes at that.
Yeah, I mean,
no doubt. Hey, Roy Williams said, we need them shoes, Lord. Yeah, man, shoe. Yeah, you got to eat them shoes, man. I don't think, them ladies know how to squeeze that money up out of them, You go down there and tell him that what Mama Martin did. And shoot, Zach Martin was fooling around. He said, I'm going to hold out. And them kids were hanging all over him. He had to take the kids. It was his turn to drop them off at school and pick them up. And he was like, damn. All right, Jerry, how much you said, Jerry? I'm tired of taking these kids to school and everything. All right, Jerry, I'll take this one. But I held out enough for you guys to respect me for me and give me that extra money. And Mama Martin, here go the new shoes and that new dress you said you wanted. And here go the drapes and the furniture that you need. Come on, baby. Y'all know how them ladies know how to squeeze them. Hey, just right, Natasha. I know you somewhere in the chat. You know how to squeeze them, Yeah, you know how to squeeze them. All right, so let's switch over to these boys right here. They was talking about, Parsons missing out, and then we will try to open up the phone line so you guys can give your thoughts on everything.
Is to stay away from the voluntary things. Chris, as you have said, and we fully support Micah Parsons, he's one of the best, if not the best, defensive players in all of football. He deserves a second contract. The Cowboys continue to mismanage their star players, cheap, short-sighted, not as smart as they think they are when it's time to figure out how these pieces fit in the broader salary cap puzzle. Parsons should never set foot in the facility, or at a minimum on a field, until he gets his second contract. I think the Cowboys will try their damnedest to ride it out for at least another year.
Gosh, I mean, well, I don't know what'll happen if they do that. I think they're crazy to mess with this one. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, this is a no-brainer. This is a guy that, in my opinion, only comes around every now and then. Like, he is rare. He is special. I turn on, you know me, I'm Johnny watch the film guy. When I turn the film on every week and watch Dallas, you don't even need to know the number. You just go, wait, I saw a blur of chaos here. It's probably Micah Parsons. And then you look at it and go, well, it was Micah Parsons. That's right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I mean, he's got so much more value than even the stats on the stat sheet there. So, I think they're playing with fire this one. Don't show up, Micah Parsons, or certainly don't put any service on the football field. I'm not mad at you if you show up, but don't do anything on the football field until you get paid.
Well, to counter that, I truly believe that they're going to do that. They're going to, according to Jane Slater, she's been right on the money. So far this year, she's an insider situation. And she said that Dak Prescott will not get his contract deal until August. We will see about that. And then she was right on the money with so many other things that she said this season too. But she did mention that for conversational piece, they're going to extend Lamb, and they're going to get my guy Dak Prescott deal done right at training camp or right before training camp. She's been somewhere near the money on those type of conversations, and she said short, she said that they're going to try to ride Parsons out. Now keep in mind that there were some conversations blowing around that front office is wearing thin on Parsons. Well, I just look at it this way. The sponsors that was in the building for Parsons is gone. Most of them. You got a whole new crew. Paul Gunter, Coach Jeff Z. You got also Greg Ellis. Those people don't know Parsons like that. Mike Zim altogether. They don't know Parsons like that. He got to pick up a new system and scheme. He's going to be utilized differently. Just like my guy Bad Intentions, he says that, hey, there are situations and scenarios that you can look back and say to yourself that they had 9 All-Pros and couldn't win a playoff game. Yes, because out of those 9 All-Pros, 2 factors didn't exist. Someone that can stop the run and run the ball. I would prefer to have 3 All-Pros, and if we can get somebody who can run the ball and stop the run, juxtaposed to having 9, right? Everywhere we've been, ladies and gentlemen, when it's time to run the ball, we couldn't really establish that, nor we could shut that stuff down. Our offense were our version of defense. So is the situation. Unfortunately. Now, granted, there's only one team that won the Super Bowl that can walk around and say no excuses. One team. And that team could run the ball and stop the run. And they got a phenomenal quarterback, right? But that system wasn't built yesterday. How many years, Mike? How many years Andy Reid been there, ladies and gentlemen? How many years that this dude been having his fingerprints all over that team? And how many years that defensive coordinator was there? And how many interviews did he do during the postseason, right? How many years the people were saying, hey, man, let's get Spagnuolo in, man, for an interview? How many? Yeah. Making all pros an individual stat, not a team stat. Yeah, Sean Green, yeah. To be fair, Tyler Biadasz, year before last, he was a Pro Bowler. Right? They don't put an asterisk and say, yeah, he was an alternate Pro Bowler. They just say he's a Pro Bowler. Yeah, so that's just how that goes, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if audio is straight. Give me a 1 in the chat. People saying audio going in and out. Let's go.
I think he should be the top priority. all due respect to Dak, they'll find another quarterback. They're not going to find another Micah Parsons.
I don't think it's a crazy argument. I don't. You know, I mean, again, I think we're Micah Parsons where we are.
You must be out of your goddamn mind. You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Riggs, baby. Let's play it one more time.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Jeez. Oh, my God. I'm not saying that you could find another Parsons. I'm not saying that Parsons grow on trees. But dog it, quarterbacks don't, man. This dude is out of his doggone mind, man. I didn't know he. Look, I should have prepped myself and listened to this one. You know, with a straight face. You know, come on, man. Come on, let me rewind. Let me just hit it. Let me make sure I hear him correctly.
I think he should be the top priority. All due respect to Dak, they'll find another quarterback. They're not going to find another Micah Parsons.
I don't.
Hey, shit.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Oh, my God. Now, they taking stuff a little too far now. Come on, man. Now, Parsons is generationally talented. I give you that. I give you that. If used correctly, just like my analogy with Shaq, you know, you got to know how to use them. But come on, man. That boy is crazy, man. I can't make this stuff up, man. But since we press for time,
you must be out of your goddamn mind.
Play that one more time.
Not the one who made the rules, right? Do it, do it, right? Do it.
Come on with it, man.
Right, do it.
Come on with it, man. Oh my goodness, man.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once,
come on
I
with
do
it
again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me.
657-390-7391. That's the hotline for your mind. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. This line is brought to you by Prize Picks. You can be in the mix too. We got all types of promotions and promos for you and you and you. Give me a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me good. But with Prize Picks, when you download Prize Pick, 100% of your deposit match up to $100 will be applied to you if you are in the area. Also, you can become an ambassador, man, for Prize Picks as well. And the more you share, the more they will be able to help you out. $25 on them as well, is what they can do for you. All right, so when we look at Prize Picks, man, they got Caitlin Clark with 20 points. You take more or less. I think at this point you probably had to take the less, man. Yeah. Okay, she scored 20 points the other night. Man, I wouldn't even play with that one though. But they got all type of in-screen analysis, like for Skylar Diggins. You look at it right here, boom. You can press that button and they give you on-point analysis, man, with Prize Picks, man. I don't think no other app does it this way. You know, they could try, but they don't do it as good as Prize Picks, man. So download Prize Picks, man, and you can be in the mix. And let me see what I had for my lineup the other day. Look at that. Here we go. My pass lineup. Come on, pull up pass. Here we go. And our pass lineup, we had a plus 375, man, with our flex play. And I'm telling you, even if you get one wrong, you still get hit with Prize Picks with the flex play, and they allow you to add more flex plays to the docket on Fridays, man. So y'all be sure to check out Prize Picks, man, and you can be in the mix. I got my first caller on the line from the 201. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. My dog, 100 grand. You in the plan, man. What's good?
Good, man. We like your Mavs tonight, man.
Come on, Mavs, man. Come on, Mavs.
Mavs on the way tonight, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. What you trying to say here, man? What you trying to imply here, bro? What you trying to do?
You know what I do. Mavs on the day, baby. Let's go, man. Mavs, let's go. Plus that 4.5, baby. Let's go.
Okay, definitely gonna go with that, man. What you got, man? What you got, man? What you got with these doggone Cowboys, man? The OTAs and no shows and shows and people, all of this stuff.
Listen,
Talk to me,
don't
man.
nobody care. Don't nobody care.
Yeah.
We lose, they're not going to say, well, in OTAs, this person didn't show up and that person didn't show up. They're going to say the Cowboys is trash.
Yeah.
When we lose.
Mm.
There's no excuses, Law. No excuses. They don't bring that up. There's no excuse. They're not going to go back and say, this person had a contract dispute. That's why he ain't performing. They're going to say the Cowboys just can't perform when it matters. Even the Cowboy haters.
Yeah.
I know y'all mad at me in the chat, but that's what y'all going to do. Cowboys, oh, Dak Prescott can't perform. He gets to the playoffs, and he can't perform. They're not going to say, well, CD wasn't there.
Yeah.
Parsons wasn't there. We did a slow start. That's what they're going to say. Oh, Dak Prescott is trash, Law. They're not going to say. Thank you. So you guys in the chat, stop it, man. Y'all know what y'all going to say. Y'all going to say he garbage anyway. Y'all can't wait for a bad start so y'all can cream him. Stop it, man. I just hate the fake people, man. Just be real. If you don't like them, you don't like them. Just say, man, it don't matter. I hate them, and that's what it is, man. Stop complaining about who ain't there and who's there, because it ain't going to matter if a slow start happens. Y'all going to blame it on Dak anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah, keep talking, bro. Let me see if I can bump your audio.
It don't matter. Y'all going to blame it on Dak anyway, man. That's just straight facts. It don't matter who show up, who don't show up.
Let me know if y'all
going to say it's Dak's fault. Y'all going to say it's Dak's fault that CD Lamb ain't show up anyway. It's Dak's fault. That's why CD ain't show up, man. It's Dak.
Let me know.
He don't like Dak Prescott.
Let me know if y'all can hear my guy better now, though. Let me know if y'all can hear one. They said you sound like you was.
They couldn't hear me.
They couldn't hear you. So let me see if I can do some magic tools over here, man, to get your audio straight, man. So give me a 1 in the chat. Give me a 2 in the chat.
Now?
Yeah. Put say 2, and put 2 in the chat if y'all can hear him clearly.
Can you hear me now?
2. Yeah.
You hear me now? All right. There we go. Like I said, man. Listen,
they say you good now.
Who ain't there? It don't matter who ain't there. They're gonna blame it on Dak anyway. I'm surprised the article ain't come out. CD Lamb ain't show up because he don't like Dak Prescott. I'm surprised that ain't come out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real, man. I'm just being real. The Cowboys have a slow start. They're not going to say, oh, the reason why they had a slow start is because in OTAs, guys didn't show up. They're going to say they got a slow start because Dak Prescott and the Cowboys is garbage. So it don't matter, man. Stop complaining about who ain't here. Y'all not going to make that. That's not going to be valid when they lose. Y'all going to say they just trash.
Man.
Let me know if I'm wrong, Law. Let me know if I'm spitting anything that's wrong.
Man, you on 1 million right now, man. Hey, all I could say is that that's just been the talk tracks for years now, man. That everything been forethought, you know. So that's just how that goes. Regardless of whether or not he shows up, that they don't show up. If everybody show up and everybody don't show up, it's still forethought, you know.
That's what I'm saying, because in past years everybody showed up and they still blamed it on Ford. And they still said, "Oh, Cowboys is garbage," even when everybody show up. So why y'all mad that certain people ain't showing up now?
Facts.
When everybody showed up because of 4, y'all still blamed it on 4. 4 is this, 4 ain't that, 4 this, 4 ain't that. But now that people ain't showing up, it's like, oh, what, doom and gloom with the Cowboys. Like, come on, man, y'all need to stop, bro. Y'all need to stop with the fickleness, man. That's the problem, man. That's the problem in this world today. People are fickle. People don't want to be real and tell the real stuff and be honest. People would rather lie than be honest. If you don't like 4, say, yo, bro, I don't care what happens. I don't like them because of A, B, C, and D. I respect you more.
Trigger Trey, baby.
Real,
Trigger Trey.
You know what I'm saying? I respect you more, man.
Trigger Trey is next, man. That's what it is.
But don't celebrate when we win. Don't say if you don't like 4 and you don't. When we win, let's say we go to the NFC Championship game or win the Super Bowl, I don't want you on here saying we the champs because you don't deserve to say that. Pick a side, bro. That's just real. People don't want to pick sides. People want to jump back and forth, bro.
Man, you
People want to jump back and forth or blur the lines, bro. Like pick a side. Let's be real. I'm not saying everything the team does, you pom-pom it. I'm not saying, because I don't do that.
True.
If I see something wrong, I'm going to point it out. But point it out with facts and real content. And don't just say, he sucks. Why he sucks? I don't know. He just sucks.
Yeah. Man, you right on the money, man. I appreciate you $100,000, man. Hey, even though, man, I couldn't hear the first parts of what you were saying, but we figured out the audio, man, and everything is great, man. Appreciate you $100,000. But before you go, I you gotta let them people know, man. Let me hear you say it.
Go Yankees. Go Cowboys. And go Mavs for tonight, man. Plus that 4.5. That's what I said at the beginning. Go Mavs.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you. It's $100,000, man. He said go Yankees, man. What's the Yankees record is by now? Let me know. All right, we got I don't know if I can get to all of you guys, but I'm gonna try to get to most. And we got from the 937, you're live on the Nation. Talk to us. 937. Once, twice, 3 times a lady. From the 727, you're live on the Nation. Brought to you by Prize Picks in the Mix.
Hey, Law, how you doing there?
Hey, all is well. Can't complain.
Yeah, this is Amos. Sorry for the last call I gave you, but after some time. But we Cowboy fans ought to be thankful that we got a quarterback that can go up to the line of scrimmage, that can read a defense, that can call audibles, because a lot of teams don't have what we have, and that is the value what we have in Dak Prescott. They talking all that stuff about a slump. I mean, those people are preparing for Dak. The biggest thing on that offense that they're preparing for Dak and its ability to read defense, especially when it comes to blitzing. I think that that this year we should be different because of the defense. We have a coordinator that can scheme better. Every time we got into the playoffs, it's been a bad situation where the offense was able to play, but the defense wasn't worth a damn. Either the offense was playing good, and when the defense was playing good, but the defense couldn't come up to par. We got good coordinators, in my view, that we should be able to have a good season. And as far as we losing people, did we really lose anybody? Really?
Yeah, Tyron Smith, Tony Pollard, Tyler Biadasz, Stephon Gilmore, which he's still out there on the streets. So that's not a loss right now. We can still pick him up. Jonathan Hankins, to a degree, that is a big plug that we probably need to solidify and refill with a veteran, right? And that's about it. We can talk about D.A., Dorrance Armstrong, and Fowler, but at some point you drafted Sam Williams, and you drafted Marshawn Nealon, so you got to utilize your youth, and you drafted Junior Fihoko. So those boys got to get a chance to get out there on the field, and it will be impossible to have it whereas you get those boy chances when you still have Fowler and Dorrance Armstrong.
Amen. I want to say one more thing, and I'm going to just let it go. I'm more excited this year, among any other year, about our offense, especially offensive linemen. I've been a Cowboy fan since the days of Landry, and this is the first time in a long time we got true depth and true competition on the offensive line. I don't see Malesko or Ball even hanging around. I mean, they should just sit on the sideline in shorts because they shouldn't even be in the picture no way whatsoever. So Cowboy fans, be excited about that. The offensive line is up and coming, and we shouldn't be ran over and being messed over. The backup quarterbacks we got, they're going to look good because they're going to have some protection. And also in the depth of receiver that we have, they should be able to produce some points. Take care, Law. God bless, and how about those Cowboys?
How about them, man? Automatic, man. Appreciate you, man. That's Mr. Amos. Appreciate him for calling in. I got the 562 And then we would have the 206. And I see the commission, man. Hold tight. So I got the 562, man. Aaron, man, you're live, dog. Talk to us.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, dog.
Hello.
Yeah, what's good?
Oh, my bad, Law. Well, I'm going to keep it short and simple. Well, whatever 100 Grand said on your first caller, man, that boy was speaking straight facts.
Yeah.
So it don't matter. We talk about practice, man. So it don't matter who shows up, OTAs, volunteers, or nothing. They always going to blame Dak for our downfall.
Facts.
So, but that's all. I'm going to keep it short because I'm out and about. So I'm going to let you go and let the other callers do their thing. But I appreciate you having me on, Law.
Appreciate you,
Go
man.
Dodgers.
Go
Lakers
Dodgers.
in 7.
Lakers in 7. Let's go, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, how about the Cowboys?
How about them, man? Shoot, go Dodgers, go Lakers in 7. And let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it from the 206. You in the mix. Talk to me, man.
What up, Law?
Not
How
much,
you doing,
man.
brother?
All is well. Can't complain.
He out here 100 grams, speaking true facts. Hey, you got everybody got to, like I say, you got to cheer for your players, man. I don't know why y'all come online and be hoping your players lose. I never seen nothing like that in my life. I'm like, wow. And then I be hearing y'all bragging on other teams. Oh, they got this. Oh, they got that. And they still, hey, everybody y'all be bragging on. And they still lose. There's only one champion, and that's Kansas City.
Yeah,
I'm
but at
going
the
to
end
keep
of the
coming
day.
on here. There's only one champion, Kansas City.
Yeah.
What the hell did everybody else do? Same thing we do. They choke too. Until they win and then beat Kansas City, then they can talk. So can nobody's talk. The only person who got the bragging rights right now is
It's
the Kansas
City Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
They just like us. You know what I'm saying? And Kansas City, you know, hey, they balled because the offensive coordinator, he's calling the right plays, and the defense is stopping people at the right time. So until we do that, that's when we gonna win. I just want McCarthy to just get the right play calling. He got to call the right plays for Dak. And I was watching one thing yesterday. Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin came over to Troy. Remember that game, San Francisco? Hey, give me that ball. And he told Tony Hill, I'm going to take your spot. And Troy looked there, okay, and he knew San Francisco was watching that. If Dak listening, the next time CeeDee Lamb is fussing at you in the huddle, okay, yes, CeeDee, I'm going to give it to you. And Green Bay watching or anybody, and then you go to the next man, you're going to get a big one on. Don't let them people make you throw the ball to them. You got to, you know what I'm saying, Law?
Oh, yeah, I see where your point is. Yeah, I see your point is on that. Yeah.
Don't let them do that, man. And then because everybody going to come over here and blame. You know what I say? I get mad when we lose, you know. Like I said, we had a few times to win. But we losing in the last minute.
Yeah.
And it's today now. Forget the past. It's the future. Let's go on try to get that championship. That off on the line is going to be blocking. And if you saw the interview, the lady said, hey, what you... See, she thinking like I'm thinking. She said, how that Royce Freeman is? And McCarthy said, he said, man, I ain't know that dude was that big.
Yep.
That dude ran a 4.5. Boy, I keep telling y'all, Rico, Royce, and Ezekiel, them guys going to have almost 2,000 yards, y'all. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. We got tight ends and Law. I love that. Some tell me, Law, and you know, that receiver gonna come through, Law. That Flannery guy, that dude is strong, bro. I looked at that dude. I said, that dude already big.
Yeah. You talking about Ryan Flo? Yeah. Well, we just gotta get him out there on the field, man. It's still OTAs. We're gonna see how he looks like catching ball with inside traffic. There should be, you know, a good reprieve of hope and optimism, man, when we see Tolbert and Brooks and keep in mind Brooks stole the show last year, man. Yeah.
And you got the fans, number 9. Let them young boys play. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, we got dangerous receivers. Law. Only thing
Just
you
got to get him out there.
we need to make the one dot. They about to get another D tackle. There's 3 spots open. I say 2 more D tackles. Bring them in and let the battle begin. You know what I'm saying, Law? And help them young boys, because they're going to keep them young boys, but bring 2 more D tackles. And I ain't going to, I don't know about Davis. You know, this might be his chance, because he's in a better scheme, and you just can't get pushed off the ball. Because I saw last year, Hank can get pushed off the ball, y'all. So, we don't know. So, let's hope, and that might be the old age. So, let them young boys, younger legs, they ain't got to do much. It's just stay there, like you say, Law, and let them linebackers eat. Just like the coach is thinking like me and Law. Let them linebackers eat, and everybody cheer your team on and stop going on the podcast. And Law, when you go on them friends show, don't let them, no, they don't, Law. Oh, we got better. No, they don't have better corners. In Philly, when you go against Philly, no, they don't, Law. Now, we got the best offensive line. Cowboys fan. Let me tell y'all right now. We got the best offensive line in the NFC. Law, don't let them say we got the best tight end. We got the best receivers. We got the best quarterback. And our halfbacks going to bruise their ass up. And our D-ends, we got, let me put this out here. We got the best D-ends now. We got rid of Armstrong. Y'all know y'all didn't like, hey, Law, they know they didn't like Armstrong. You know what I'm saying? And if Fiocco wasn't hurt, Fiocco's 24. Go watch. I want everybody that's watching right now, go back and Law, show the film section on Fiocco. And you're going to see him playing just like the guy we just got. And dangerous. Couldn't get moved, getting up the field. Your boy just he like little people, man. But, and I'm going to take up for him. He did like Wagner. That's his boy. You know what I'm saying? But we had our boy, 55. I don't know why, And I ain't going to hate on the man. I think that man, because of his neck, it changed the way he played. I think he had two big giants in the middle. And I think he'd have been, because he made the Pro Bowl this first year. So I ain't going to hate on number 55. And then, because, when you hurt your neck, you going to tackle. You ain't going to, man, you can get paralyzed. You know what I'm saying, Law?
No doubt,
so
man.
Changed, you know what I'm saying? So let's a shout out to Law Nation. Hit them like in the Cowboy Nation. If you ain't a Cowboy fan, just come on here and say you're not a Cowboy fan. I told Law, what I tell you, we could be 0-17. I'm still fighting you. I'm still gonna fight you.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in. That's my guy, man.
Salute.
MJ, man. Salute, man. Yeah, shalom. Let's go, man. Let's get my guy right there. Commish, man, you live, man. Talk to me.
What's up, Wall? How are you today?
Hey, man, all is well. Can't complain, man. What you got?
Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you good, man. You sound clear, man. Talk to me. Mm-hmm.
All right. So I've had an eye-opening experience doing a lot of research right now, and I'm about to blow your mind. So I hope you're ready for it.
All right. Make it quick. I gotta leave at the top of the hour, so make it quick. Yeah.
Yep. Very quick. So Cowboys made Stephen Jones the CEO in 2013. And since then, they have not signed any free agents of substance since that time. Now, what is he good at? He's good at retaining players that he wants to retain. And we could say all we want, but there's a reason why they did not negotiate, extend anything before the season, because they didn't want to keep the players that they let go this year. It sounds better when they say, we have no money, we can't keep them because we're broke. They could have if they wanted to. And here's what the deal is. I figured it out. They wanted those people to go. They knew that they were going to be working on some big things. And you hold the money until after the new season starts, and then you get your CD done and your DAC extension done, and then come June 1st, when Gallup's money comes off the board, you literally have $49 million in 2024 to spend on whatever you want. Go get you a running back. Go get you a defensive tackle. Save half that money and move it into 2025 to help with the books next year. You'll have so many more options open up to you. It's just we have to let what he does good, which is pay his own players that he wants to pay. Let him cook. Let him do those things. I finally realized that today.
Man, you right on the money with it. So I didn't even know that the research. So you said that in 2013 he became the COO, the person that's control of the operations and all of that stuff, and of course handling the money. So I didn't even know that. As eye-opening for me, man, especially on the way we handle these contracts. And that do makes perfect sense, even with the D-Laws contract, when it was like, hey, put your daddy on the phone then, because I'm not going to sign this, or I'm not going to refuse to move. So is that a power struggle too?
I think so. I think as Jerry has gotten older, it looks good with him being out in front saying, oh, this is my team. But behind the scenes, his son has really controlled everything for quite a long time. Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't let someone in their 70s that, is doodling on paper, handle things. You got to have, coherent thoughts and understandings on how to handle things. Mm-hmm. And give Stephen Jones his faults, because he's got a lot of them.
Right.
And I posted 2 videos in the last 2 days. That man hates to spend money, but he will spend the money on the people that he wants to keep, and it usually is just people that are in the building already. So in shorts, what is your thoughts on the big 3 contracts? I've seen that you posted that all 3 of these guys, or majority of both of those guys, Dak and Lamb, will get paid. What's your thoughts on that before I let you go? I do think honestly, it does not matter what the number is for Dak. By the time the contract is done, it won't be the highest paid contract. So whether that's 55, 58, 60, whatever that number is, it's not going to matter. Whatever CD's number is, 33, 35, it's not going to matter. All that matters is getting that cap relief right now that you can either use to get a better running back, get a better defensive tackle, save some and roll that money into next year. There's the wheels turning here, and that's the key. That is the key. They waited for this moment. They're going to get these extensions done before the season. Book it. All
right, and one other thing. Do you know how much money will be freed up June 1st or June 2nd or what have you?
Yeah, so they have a little over $3 million right now, and then June 1st they'll get 9.5 from the Gallup, so they'll have $13 million come June 1st, and then they'll gain another $22 million from Dak if they extend him, and they'll gain almost $13.5 million if they extend CD. So, and strangely enough, if they decide to extend Micah this year, they'll actually gain $1.5 million. So technically, they could end up with like $51 million.
Woo.
So
just like that, man. You awesome with it, man. I didn't even know that we were gonna have that much money coming in after June 1st, man. So yeah, there you go. That's what we're waiting for. I think that all of this conversational piece about the Cowboys not signing anyone, far as a veteran interior defensive tackle or interior defensive guy or even a DB, just wait. Man, you right on the money, man. Let people know where they can find and follow you at.
Yes, sir. So my YouTube channel is Commish Gaming and Sports Talk with a and sign for the and part of it. And guys, I thank y'all so much for the support. Love the show, Law, and you guys rock, and y'all are amazing.
Thank you so much, man. It's a great call from my guy, man. Y'all be sure to check him out and tune into his content. And he's another guy, Beard Gang. You know how it goes, man. And check him out, great content. And as you can see, he broke it down, man. I didn't even know we're going to have that much of money and cash available. In departing, leaving behind you guys with this info, I want to see if I can share one other thing before it gets too far in the weeds here. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. I know I had it somewhere here. Here we go. Boom. So with that being said, out of these top free agent guys on this list, since we're going to have some remuneration funneling in, do you go with Stephon Gilmore? Are the conversations with a Linval Joseph, Emmanuel Ogbah, Michael Thomas, Donovan Smith? Who would be that guy that the Cowboys can bring in for the famous word, a cup of coffee, right? Who would be that guy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe? Who do you really want to help out to get this team in the right directions? Thank those who call in. We got over 17 people in there. I can't get to all of you all, but call in tomorrow, man, and we'll get to most of the people that's available here. Goodbye. And we'll get things going. I appreciate you guys so much. Charge it to my head, not my heart, if I couldn't get to you all. And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, on our way out, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let a friend or that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and Beyond. The name is Law Nation, baby. And one love to all of you all as we depart. The Dallas Cowboys heading into this season, OTAs is just OTAs. Will the message be sent from Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb? We don't know. We definitely don't know. Because it can fall upon deaf ears because their mind is already made up. The Jones family mind is already made up on how they handle and operate things, right? So that's just how it goes. Some people said, please, not Thomas. But we got beans and bologna, though. You know, what about the beans and bologna?
Please come home. I got beans and bologna.
Come on, man. Come on with it. All I ask, baby. All I ask. It's for these Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. That's what we asking for. But you got to go through this process first. It's a process. It's a procedure. You got to go through this first. There's no shortcuts to success. And when you are successful, everybody, mama, uncle, cousin will say it's easy. Anybody can do what you're doing. Anybody can sit in this particular seat. It's easy, baby. Right? But when we start talking about dedications, when we start talking about hard work, determinations of your heart, soul, and sinew of your mind, and we start talking about being a trailblazer, when we start talking about going other ways that other people said not to go, then it gets a little bit harder. Putting in that extra time, quality time for your mind. You see, so many people depend on the resources and they leave out the source. You see, resource is pulling from the source. But when you lean on resources more than the source, you will forever not have enough. Lord, talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
The Creator is the source. The Creator, write that down. The Creator is the source. And you got to have a relationship with the Creator so that when it's time for you to ask for those things, He will give it to you. Draw nigh to me and I'll draw nigh to you. It's a relationship status quo that you got to make sure that you establish it with the Creator. So know where your source is, or know who the source is. Here's one other tidbit that I want to bring and present. to you all. I want to let you guys know. I want to let you guys know. It said, study to show thyself worthy, approve unto the Creator. That I'm going to put in the work. I'm not ashamed of the work that I'm going to put in. Rightly divide the word and the truth. As we paraphrase that statement, Lord, what have you said? You got to put in work, baby. You can't just be saying, I'm going to just sit here and I'm going to get 100,000 subscribers just sitting here. You got to put in the time. You got to put in the work. You got to put in all of those things, man. You see, a lot of people think that I'm just going to sit here and things are going to be given to me. Now is the time you put in the blood, sweat, and tears. Now is the time you create those unbelievable friendships and companionships with your teammates. That sweat equity that people talk about. That camaraderie that people say. That I remember when we was in the low dials, when we was in the trenches together, when it was either you get cut or I'm going to get cut. But we both made it because we put in that extra time. And Lord, what extra time did they talk about? What extra work are they going about? Determination. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep. If all your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, and fret for it, and plead for it, to lose all terror of your mind. If you would simply go after the thing you want, C.D. Lamb, Micah Parsons, Dak Prescott, all of those boys, all of the 53 men that's going to make this team. If dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening, you will get it, baby. I'm ready for it, man.
See, when you invest in something,
you got to invest in it, man. You got to put your mind to it. Come on, man. And at the end of the day, baby, at the end of the day, you got to want it.
Nobody, baby. Nobody. And who can do it like me? Nobody.
You got to be.
Who can give you what you need?
You versus you.
Who can do you all night long? Nobody. Nobody, baby.
Riggs, baby, I see you.
They can come closer, that close, yeah. Original, they never will be.
Give me my theme music.
Nobody gonna do it. You gotta do it for you, baby. That is right. Let's run it up, baby. Nobody's gonna do it for you, Lord. Roll those crates. Yes. Come on.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah.
Come on.
Time to check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Shout out to your devil, hey.
Lately, I just wanna run
55, John King, Nigel, Siphon Troops. And shout out to Adam Gracia. Appreciate you for the $50 super chat. Come on, baby.
Yeah, I'm with T-Black, I'm with Rabbit now. I'm with Bay, I'm with Jay, I'm with Chuck now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up. Count it. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah, yeah. I just be off the loan. I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clones. Yeah, yeah. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. I be really in the field. Let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
All I ask
Don't need no deals, I make the
when you
deal.
break your
I
head
have
on
to
that
take
field
it
at
to a meal.
Yeah.
We answered, I talk stuff, I thought we had it, but it goes to show you who's a better team, and I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
I'm hurt. I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You gonna flap the hat one more time for the Eagles for the hard fight they did?
Let's go Birds, fly, Eagles fly, still Super Bowl champs for now.
Thief! Stop! Thief! Come back, thief!
Who feels sorry for him? Who feels sorry for him?
Nobody, baby.
One more time. Who feels sorry for him, man?
We answered, I talk stuff, I thought we had it, but
Nobody, baby.
Hey, who feels sorry?
we answered, I talk stuff, I thought we had it, but it goes to show you who's a better team, and I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
I'm hurt.
Does it better? They can come closer than close. Yeah.
Nobody, baby.
Original, they never will be.
It's an evil world we live in.
Sacrifice.
You having an unnatural allegiance